My name is Danielle Jeter. I am an entrepreneur, an artist, and activist. I am the founder and president of Women in Media, WIM Global, and I am originally from Philadelphia. Actually moved to Willingboro, New Jersey at a young age and finished high school in Willingboro, New Jersey. I started dancing at the age of 6 years old, and I've been in musical theater and performing arts since I was 6 years old, doing ballet, jazz, modern dance, hip hop, African dance, pretty much anything that can go on stage with music and motion. That's what I do. It was me following my passion in the arts and theater that actually introduced me into the world of special events and also communication. From there, I learned about HBCUs and Spelman College. Decided to go on a college tour when I was still in high school, about 11th grade. And on that tour, I was exposed to Spelman College. Going all the way down on the bus to Atlanta, Georgia to experience all of the HBCUs from Delaware to Atlanta literally changed my life. After seeing the movie Drumline, I knew that it was destined for me to be at a HBCU and to dance at the band, with the band. Being in college, I majored in African American studies and also, again, performing arts, dance, and theater. It was continuing to maneuver through the arts and learning more about my culture, history, having the experience to travel to Egypt, travel to Trinidad and Tobago. I fell into entrepreneurship and learning more about what it means to be a business owner and being inspired by my peers to go ahead and start a business at the age of 20 years old. Starting that business at Spelman College was my plan B, but plan B quickly became my plan A after graduating in 2010 during the recession without a job offer. Fast forward, I moved back home to Philadelphia and began to work in the media industry as an intern at Radio 1, Comcast, WRD Radio, and anybody else who would open their doors to give me an opportunity. I started to learn a lot about media and communications. I initially went to Radio 1 because having this event production company, I wanted to gain more exposure and more experience in promotions and special events. But that experience left me with so much more. I ended up being able to learn about the media side, learning how to produce radio, and that's where the journey begins.
What inspired you?
Right after graduating from Spelman College, I returned back home to Philadelphia, and I was very serious about rebuilding my network and really gathering a lot of the resources and the individuals and everything that I needed to continue to grow my newly formed special events company. Going to a film screening, it was a screening about Philadelphia's art scene, and it was created and directed by a group of young men. I was excited to learn about the film, and so I went out because it married, all the things that I love to do. It married theater arts, it married media and music and all those things, and it was something being developed and directed by my peers and young people, so I was excited to go out and support. Having gone to that film screening, I left very disappointed because it was not a true depiction of my city, Philadelphia. There was only one woman in that film represented for her art, and that really struck me. I couldn't leave it alone, and so I left just very disappointed in what I saw. The fact that there was only one woman represented in her art did not show what my city was about. It did not show any visual artists, any movement artists, any theater artists, any dancers. And there's plenty of female artists in the city of Philadelphia. That just left me with a desire to do something, to bring women together, to remind them to own their voices. And it was at that moment that I continued and I moved forward. I started to call around. I called some different women who I knew was working in the media communications industry, and I wanted to start to gather their stories and understand what was really going on in the industry from their perspectives. I started to research the industry. I started to research different opportunities and things that were going on. And what I found was there was a lot of mistreatment going on in the media industry. There was a lot of gaps left open for women to begin to take leadership positions and begin to lead and direct and start and be leaders in our industry. And so for me, you know, we went ahead and moved forward, and there struck a couple of events. One of those events ended up being our very first Women in Media conference at Temple University.
What do you see as the future of women?
Thank you.
Oh, get another one. I just blotted your face. That one. Do that one.
Okay. So is that enough information, you think?
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, for those questions.
Okay.
Go on to other. There are two other questions. I think we want to make sure I cover those.
Okay.
Because right now I'm looking at the time. He's going to edit some things out. Everything you said is not going to be in there.
Okay.
But he'll just edit out key points and it splice it all together, and it'll flow right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some B-roll and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. So here's the next.
The
one.
future of WIM?
Yes. So we'll go with what's the future of WIM? What's the end goal for WIM globally?
Okay. The future of women in media is bright, it's big, and it continues to grow and develop. What started out as a one-day, half-day conference at Temple University with the gathering of multiple companies coming together under a shared vision to remind women to own their voices has now metamorphed into this organization that is now known as Women in Media Global. And so our future is bright. Right now, we have work and development in Philadelphia market and also in Atlanta, Georgia, but we are not going to stop there. We see this initiative and this platform to empower women and to bring together a global community to go beyond overseas, but also in our country. So we want to go to multiple cities. We want to go to multiple countries as well. We see us being able to impact and influence young girls who are also interested in the media and communications industry, and being able to provide them with the resources and the tools and the inspiration and the motivation that they need to become leaders in the industry who own their voices. We want to make sure that we prepare women, whether they're girls, students, young women, middle-aged women, even seasoned professionals. We want to prepare women to be leaders in the industry. We want to provide them with the resources and the tools to start their own companies, to be on the boards of directors, to be in these rooms in decision-making positions where we are owning our voices and that we are creating, and that we make sure that we are not left out and that we are at the table. That is the future of women in media.
Who are some of the speakers you've had the honor of speaking at the WIM conferences?
Women in Media has had a overwhelming response of support of women who work within the media industry and communications. Yes.
Sorry,
Women in Media has had a overwhelming response, positive response from women who work within the media and communications industry, who are so supportive of our mission to empower, equip, and encourage women to own their voices. Deanna Williams from Radio 1, Lorraine Ballard-Morrow from iHeartMedia, Tracy Davidson from NBC 10, and we can't forget Sonia Sanchez. Also, Lady B has been here. We've had Mina Say What. We've had so many awesome women. The list goes on and on. Councilwoman Blondell Reynolds Brown, Councilwoman Sherelle Parker, Councilwoman Helen Jim. Just so many. Amber Noble Garland. Trying to think if there's anybody else I should mention. That's good. That's good. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Describe your journey as a female CEO of a media organization. What has it been like to get where you currently are?
Being the CEO of a media company, a media organization, has been a very profound experience for me. It has been enlightening and eye-opening. What I love about being in this position is the fact that I'm able to bring together multiple communities, whether, you know, diverse or like. I'm able to bring women together for a positive cause and also to influence and impact the generations to come. Being in this position has challenged my growth as a young woman, as a leader, as an entrepreneur. It has continued to develop me in my maturity as I navigate through these spaces. It has forced me to stand up and to be in position and to really put action behind what I believe and my words. And it has inspired me to continue to move further. It's not something that's always easy, but when everything comes together and we see the women in the room who are fulfilled and we see all of the resources being provided and those being impacted, it really does make a difference, and it encouraged me to continue to go forward. It has opened up doors for my career. It has opened up doors for my professional and my personal endeavors. And so this agency and this media industry is one that's extremely vast. It is extremely large. It's one that is very competitive to get into and to maneuver and to it is extremely, I'm start over from that part. It is extremely vast, but it's an industry that is very difficult to break into, and that's not a point that I want to leave out. But I've gained so much support in being able to create this platform that I'm inspired to continue to do so.
Okay, the last question is, tell us about a project or accomplishment that you consider to be the most significant in WIM's history.
Women in Media is 6 years old this year, and we have accomplished so much. The response that we get from our city, and not even just our city, but beyond our city, has been mind-blowing to me. This year we developed, let's start over. This year we developed the Leadership Council. This is the first time we've done something like this, and it is a major accomplishment for us because we are beginning the fundamental and the development phases of a membership organization. This is one of our biggest accomplishments, and I believe when Sonia Sanchez was our keynote at the 5th Annual Women in Media Conference, that was amazing. She came into our conference and into the room and really left her energy with us that was transformative. She was performing on a level of excellence, and the fact that she created an entire performance and speech. This thing's crawling all over me.
So sorry. Okay, we're gonna have to do that. Let's watch out a little bit.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Shiny. Okay, all right. I was Sonia Sanchez.
Okay.
Performance.
How's it looking?
Pretty good.
It looks good. It looks beautiful, especially with the flowers in the back.
Okay.
So it really gets pretty.
Women in Media is all about excellence, and we're all about operating and moving with a spirit of excellence. And Sonia Sanchez did just that. She walked through with the spirit of excellence, and she inspired the entire room. She came in with this 8-page paper, like she handwrote an entire speech for Women in Media, and she began to perform her poetry. That moment was so special for us. It was something that you couldn't even put a price tag to what she has done for Women in Media.
Okay. Last question is, what is this year's conference? You're introducing this year's conference and why Limitless Beyond the Glass Ceiling, and that's the last one.
Okay. So this is the video that's going to be shown at the conference.
Correct, yes.
So should I say like a welcome message?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe this question would kind of go in the beginning, right? Should I say something like today is, or should I say you're sitting here in anticipation, or?
Okay, let's see.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. I'm trying to get what that's going to look like. Hold on. I'm playing